Once upon a time, there was a silly Billy named Mac. Who was running out of content. Couldn't think of what to record. Couldn't think of what would make good content. What would be not only fun to edit, but also worth watching to the viewers. And then, me, came upon an idea. What if I played an old game that a lot of people like? And it's also something easy for me to voice over and describe the happenings of. Like Fallout 1. So, shaboom. Alright. New game, I guess. Fuck. Create character. Average. So, at about this point, I was aware of what I wanted to do, but I wasn't aware of the specifics. I knew I wanted to do unarmed because punch funny, haha. I just want a character that was decent luck, good endurance, good strength, decent agility. And so that's gonna be the basis for explaining what I'm doing in character creation here. I don't think that's actually worth it. One more quick disclaimer. If at any point, my gameplay pauses or you hear a Discord's bloop, that's not, one, it's not you getting a Discord message, it's probably me. Two, It probably paused because I alt-tabbed to respond to these dumbasses who can't go without talking to me for a single fucking day. I don't mean that I love you guys. Anyhow. That's all. Just quick disclaimer. PSA over. To summarize, old man say, water purification ship bad. You need go get new one. And I say, fine. And I leave the vault and I enter the rat-infested caves. And what follows is going to be a quick montage of me killing all of the rats in order to grind for XP. I'm gonna speed through that real quick. With the evil rat cave defeated, I begin my journey towards Vault 13. Though, on the way, I come upon the town of Shady Sands and investigate for any opportunity to lend a helping hand. At this point, I was made aware of the Radscorpian and Raider threat. The Raider threat I decided to save for once I am more readily armed, as someone who simply punches real good, real Fist of the North Star style, it is quite difficult to deal with 20 dudes all armed with spears. But it will become easier once I gain armor and a bit more experience. However, a radscorpian cave I felt confident dealing with. Little did I know, this endeavor would stretch on to be a majority of the recording session, and mostly boring. So we're going to treat it similarly to how we did the rat section. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, but what is it? Oh, toilet. Unbeknownst to me at this time, I was unaware that the greatest difficulty I would encounter in attempting to help out the town of Shady Sands is that, believe it or not, the townsfolk give me bad directions. Because you see, the guy at the gate says, oh, if you want to help us, talk to Aradesh. I talk to Aradesh, and he says, oh, I don't know anything about this. You should talk to the doctor about this. And then the doctor says, fuck you. I only talk to me if you're dying. So, what I actually needed to do was ignore the guard at the gate telling me to talk to Aradesh, and instead just say, fuck you, take me to the cave. So we're going to skip to when I figure that out, and then we're going to begin the more animal murder montage. Take me to the radscorpian caves. These should at the very least be worth some XP. Around. Now. Chow. No damage. The fuck? Oh, 7 HP. That's some damage. I still have most of my HP. I can kill another. Or so I suspect. Now, a part of the tough thing here is that radscorpians deal to me damage over time, and thus make it much harder for me to heal. Not only this, but they're exceptionally armored and difficult to hurt. So on, so on. For many reasons, they are really bad news for me. But during this combat, I learned much about the targeting system and become much more skilled overall as a result of this gruesome encounter. Now, one of the things that helps counterbalance how dangerous the radscorpians' venom and their armor is the fact that they drop their stingers, which I can bring to the doctor, who will exchange a stinger in exchange for free medical attention, which makes really pretty good healing at the expense of time. As such, I was able to clear this out in relative safety, despite the enemies being rather powerful, with the only real cost being so much of my time. And you should thank me for not having you sit through the whole thing. It was bad. Among the things that made this encounter so possible was the fact that I discovered radscorpians have relatively exposed brains, which are not only not very difficult to punch, but also quite devastating when they are punched. As such, I began just running around this cave, punching scorpions and in the brains, because it worked. And that was how I earned my biggest chunk of experience so far in the video. Even going so far as to allow me to reach level 2. With the radscorpion den destroyed and Shady Sands cattle thoroughly saved, I continued on my way to Vault 13. However, upon making it there, I discovered that I would need a rope to descend any further into the vault. As such, I decided that I would need to visit Junktown in order to progress my quest to find the water purification ship and save my vault. However, even if I could not progress any further into Vault 13, it was evident that something had gone wrong. It was in disrepair. Clearly something had happened to the residents. But what had happened, I was not quite sure. The blatant state of disrepair had gone so far as to even contain rats within the vault itself. But not just rats, massive rats, mole rats, albeit a lesser mole rat, but still a creature of proportionate size inhabiting this rusted vault. How it got here and why it was allowed to infest this vault is troublesome. It would have taken some amount of devastation to actually truly devastate a vault to the degree that we see here. Only by finding that rope could I find out what had happened to them. So, Junktown it was, my next destination. Perhaps more people to help, and maybe even the ability to help myself lies there. Upon reaching Junktown, I was excited that perhaps I could not only find a rope here, but perhaps even some armor, given how tight their security is, especially compared to Shady Sands. The security so tight that they even demanded that I not have any weapons visible during the entirety of my stay. And as such, I began to head for the general store in town, in hopes that they would have what I'm looking for. Upon reaching the general store and interacting with its owner, you could only imagine my disappointment to find that not only did he not sell the armor I was hoping to buy, but not even so much as a rope. All that this general store had was a pistol, a stim pack, 20 bullets, and a bunch of caps.
He's not got
anything. So it was with great disappointment that I left the store, only for the store owner to then be attacked by an assassin. The eyes. Yeah. Oh, damn. Upon defeating this assassin as an act of goodwill, the general store owner delivered to me his thanks and politely requested that I assist him in dispatching he who would have sent such a mercenary after his life. I kindly agreed, since it goes against my personal code of honor. Upon investigating, it would appear that he who hired the assassin was the owner of the local casino. I was tasked with entering the casino with a wire on my person, speaking to the owner of the casino, and getting him to confess to hiring the assassin who attempted to murder the general store owner earlier this day.
Accusing me of things. Really? He's gonna help. What kind of help are we talking about? Well, how can I trust you? All right. We can do this. But you work for me. You better know that nobody ever double-crosses Gizmo and lives to talk about it. That's easy. I want him dead because he cramps my business. So, what are you doing for me?
I managed to get him to confess on recording, and upon making this clear to him, he attempted to kill me, so I responded in kind. In one punch to the dick, his bodyguard went down like a sack of potatoes. Gizmo, on the other hand, took several punches to the dick in order to knock out. Though, once both of them were unconscious, it became quite easy to simply crush their heads until dead. However, on my way out of the casino, I had forgotten to put my weapon away, at which point the casino guards accosted me, and we engaged in altercation. However, after a punch to the eyes to both of the guards, they proceeded to fumble their attacks. One even had their gun explode all of the ammo out of it, leaving him defenseless to my flurry of eye punches. Holy shit. By defeating the gods, I obtained much loot, worth many caps in total. Perhaps even more than what I would have been able to buy from any vendor at this point in the game. However, it came with the problem that my rampant violence had caused problems within the city, and I was thusly banned. Not allowed to enter the city of Junktown for the rest of my life as a result of the murder I had committed. However, my purpose within Junktown was done. So, with this, I departed for the hub, where we shall pick up next time. Where maybe I shall find some rope